Jodie Whittaker, how you doing, Jodes? Yeah, I'm great, thanks. In fact, I'm about to do a video about you. How's it going? Nobody's buying the 13th Doctor doll. I'm so sorry, babes. I really am. And no, I'm gutted for you. You want me to get my nieces to buy your doll? No. Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here in June. Are very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down. Yes, I want to do more regular Doctor Who videos. It's an off year for Doctor Who. We've had one kind of mediocre Christmas special, which landed on January the 1st. That's it. Do we get a Christmas special this year? I kind of did a video ages ago that we were. Now I'm not so sure. Nobody really knows because the BBC are not exactly going on about Doctor Who very much. It's a bit of a taboo subject. But why? What went wrong? What went wrong after Russell T Davies left? Let's look. I can actually sit here defending Stephen Moffat because I think Stephen Moffat at least loves Doctor Who and tried his best. He made mistakes. He could be arrogant sometimes. I think the biggest flaw with Stephen, he wasn't Russell T Davies. There is no Russell T Davies, and there lies the problem. I think the only thing I can call him out on really is the way he killed off Clara, gave her a heroic death and then brought her back and kind of ruined that whole potential having an epic Gallifrey return for the Doctor. I mean, he'd been looking for Gallifrey for ages. That element of Stephen's concept was really good, but then he ruined it. But if I look mostly, I think seasons 5 and 6 were pretty great seasons. I think from the moment Matt told him he was leaving, he was devastated and he admitted it. He didn't have the motivation anymore. Now we talk about the big problem. Now, it was always going to be controversial casting a female Doctor because it's always controversial doing the first of something, the first thing. But when you do it in a certain way and you conduct yourself in a certain way and you're kind of putting your middle finger up at people constantly while you do it, it's a big problem. And they waved the red rag to the bull. Now, the BBC are a government-funded company. Now, the BBC America subscription channel in America is very different. You have to pay to watch that one. So it's more important over there that people, ratings, I suppose Doctor Who ratings are more important than over here. So the Doctor Who ratings for season 11, I've always said this, are pretty healthy, okay, solid. They did drop off, they weren't going up, they were dropping off, but they weren't disastrous ratings. And this is why people like Mr. TARDIS try and focus on the ratings, because that's kind of the one positive about season 11. You see, I never wanted a female Doctor, and you guys know that. But I also wasn't opposed to it if they actually cast the right woman. There's the right woman to cast and the wrong woman to cast. And they cast the wrong woman, a woman who had never led a TV show or a film before, a woman who didn't have the screen presence, and to make it worse, the BBC and Chris Chibnall put her out there, hung her out to dry because they wanted her to go out there and say certain things. Oh, she never had a female to look up to on TV, and nonsense like that. It was things like that. It was comment after comment after comment. She wasn't talking about the actual show, and it became problematic. I can give you at least 5 to 10 females who would have nailed this role. I said Catherine Tate. Now, Catherine Tate had been on the show, of course, and some people would say, well, that's stupid. But I think the Doctor can kind of regenerate into people he's known. It happened with Capaldi's Doctor. And, Stephen Moffat tried to link it in. Whether you like that or not, at least there was an attempt there to explain that away. So I think Catherine Tate had all the talent to be a great Doctor. I also think Keely Hawes. I've seen her in Bodyguard. I've seen her in Life on Mars. Great screen presence. Really talented theatrical actress. Really could have pulled it off. There's a lot of Miss Coleman, of course. Olivia Colman could have done a great job, but as we know, Chris already approached her and she said no, she wasn't interested. Now, what I find kind of unacceptable is this man didn't seem to really look. He didn't really look for the right female to play the role. Look, it's obvious that the BBC wanted a female doctor. For years, the BBC have been accused of being a racist and a sexist TV show by so many. And they'd ignored the pressure in the past, but they'd fallen to it. So they decided, so if you're going to do this, if you're going to do this controversial thing, and it is because it's the first time you're doing it, and you're going to put a lot of people's backs up, whether we're wrong saying we didn't want a female or not, that's the situation. That's the way it is. So you do it properly. You give yourself every opportunity to say, look, she's a great doctor. Maybe she's the best doctor. Look at her. Look at the episodes. We've got well-written episodes, a really great female doctor. This is great. And we'd all have to sit back down and say, yeah, we like this doctor. That's cool. We'd have no choice, right? We could all enjoy whoever it was. But we couldn't do that with Jodie Whittaker. Now, Jodie Whittaker was 50% of the problem, but Chris Chibnall's writing and plotting and conceits for the season just weren't good enough. The whole season was just mediocre, right? I thought the first episode was okay. I thought the second episode was okay. Obviously, the third episode was a very, very good episode. You can't argue about that. There's plot holes all around, but it's there. There's moments when they get a bit too political, but fine. The first three were okay. But then when you get through to the fourth episode, to the finale, it's all very weak, it's all very dull, and it's very mediocre. That's what sums up season 11. Dull, uninspiring, and mediocre. And that's where the problem really lied. So we're all awaiting season 12. Even last week I was thinking to myself, should I keep on watching this show? And my advice now to people is, and I haven't made my mind up, to be honest, if you're not happy the way this show's going, if you're not happy the way Jodie Whittaker's been talking in public, if you're so angry and so frustrated with it, I wouldn't watch it. I'd boycott Doctor Who. If you're that frustrated, my anger isn't up there yet. It's there. I'm frustrated. I don't know what's going to happen with the future of a show that I love, a character that I love. But I think if you're there and you just think, I can't watch this anymore, I'm not excited for this, do you think I'm particularly excited? I mean, there's a 1% in me and thinks maybe he will be forced to improve things. I still think that season 12 is his, and Jodie Whittaker's last season. Nothing has happened to dissuade me on that, so that's going to be very interesting. No announcements yet, but we're nowhere near. I would actually feel that Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, which I assume they're going to be at, I don't know. Or if it's not out till although it's coming out March or April, isn't it, next year? So San Diego Comic-Con could be a good place to start building it up. They're going to need to start building it up early. If they wait till kind of fall, as the Americans call it, which we would call autumn, right, then I think that will be too late. There was so much damage done last year, and I just feel that they really need to go to work on this. Look, I'm a Doctor Who fan. I want Doctor Who to be great, and I want it to be exciting, and I want everyone to come in and watch it. And at this point now, I don't care what gender the Doctor is, as long as it's a great Doctor, the right person, and the showrunner. But the showrunner is the big problem now, because he underscored the episode. I was talking to Russell T Davies on Instagram the other day, and he's got a new drama coming out. And I think one of the critics was on there or on Twitter and said, I remember them saying about how great the actual musical score was. And I thought to myself, I bet you any money Murray Gold is doing the music for Russell T Davies' new show. So he posted something. So I thought, I'll try my luck. So I said, all right, Russell, really looking forward to your new show, because I'll watch any. Russell's a genius, Russell is like kind of the Spielberg of TV in this era. I mean, the man's a genius. He brought back Doctor Who from the brink of death and just breathed brand new life into it. The man's a genius. So I asked him, and he told me, he goes, Murray Gold. And I thought, it sums it all up, doesn't it? Now, the guy, and I can't remember his name now, who did the music for Doctor Who, clearly he's a talented man. The music was okay, but none of that music is going to stick in your mind. When I used to go in the bathroom, I still take a bath in a shower, by the way, but when Murray was doing the music, I used to play his music from season 1 right up to season 12. Oh, no, sorry. Season. How many seasons has there been? Season 11. Sorry, I've gone into the. No, he did 11 seasons, right? So no, he did 10 seasons, didn't he? I'm really getting lost here. So anyway, I just used to listen to them back to back. If I'd be cleaning or something, I'd have it on all day, because this is a big house, by the way, not bragging. That guy is a modern day John Williams. He's a genius. And so the official thing from Chris Chibnall was, oh, Murray felt a bit tired, he needed a break. Well, he didn't want too much of a long break, did he, Chris? Because he's back already working with his old mentor, Russell T Davies. Where's my background gone? Right, there you go. But yes, so, you know, Russell T Davies is the man, isn't he? Will he ever be replaced in our hearts? I don't know. I don't know if there'll ever be someone who can put the thing together. This is the difference between Russell T Davies, Stephen Moffat, who I like. I do like Stephen Moffat. I think he's a genius, and I can't wait till Dracula. I'm going to watch the shit out of that show. Him and, you know, Gatiss are just brilliant. There are some mistakes you can pick out from Gatiss's episodes, but he's a multi-talented man. He's a great actor and a great writer. But at the end of the day, I still believe in those guys. I mean, Chris Chibnall clearly has got some kind of talent somewhere hiding away, because he did season 1 of Broadchurch. But the problem with Chris is, and this is what the problems were with Broadchurch season 2 and 3, he goes political. He goes kind of gender politics. And that's what he pretty much did with Broadchurch season 2 and 3. And he's done it with Doctor Who season 11. It's very... Listen, when you attract a certain audience for something, or if you've got a customer, right? So if you sell Coca-Cola, right, and all women buy Coca-Cola, and you start having a picture of the Coca-Cola of a naked woman being kind of, being, I hate the word, but being a bimbo, then women aren't going to want to buy it, are they? So, and this is the thing, the whole marketing, these people now just don't get it. They just don't get it. They think they can do whatever they want. They think they can say whatever they want. And we're just come in. And I think this is a big moment for Doctor Who. Do I support this? Do I back this? I think this is going to be my decision. If Chibnall and Whittaker are going to leave at the end of season 12, I will support this season. I don't want to kill this show. I want to give the BBC every opportunity to give us a great Doctor and a great showrunner and a great Doctor Who. Maybe Chibnall and Whittaker will surprise us and give us something special. That would be something interesting. So what do you think? Are you excited for season 12? Do you think the boycott's a good idea? Are you hopeful that Chibnall and Whittaker will leave? Do you want them to stay? Do you think I'm wrong what I said about Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker? All opinions are absolutely welcome. I'm not one of those who only wants people to agree with me. Comment down below. Let's get some Doctor Who faces on this channel, because I'm a massive, massive fan. I'll see you on the next video.